It's all about you, babies. You ever had somebody say it's not all about you? They're wrong. It is. It is 100% about you because this is your reality at all times. This is your creation. What are you focusing on? What are you feeling? What are you doing? Okay? And that's really important. So when a picture comes up in my vast array of photos like this one, where it makes me feel there's a feeling within this picture. Obviously, this is my amazing dog and our adventures together. But the person I was in this moment is very palpable. It is very, she's sure, she's happy, she's confident, she's having a great time. Now that can switch on a moment's notice, right? Because these are states, your I ams. Now, in any moment, your state is leading, your state leads the way. You have kind of an umbrella state of who you are, the God that you are. And then you have a bunch of little sub states underneath, and you get to choose at all times what states you are interacting with. And then your world follows. Your states always lead. Your states are like a big present you got on Christmas, a giant box, and you open it up. And instead of having one thing in it, it has hundreds of little delightful things wrapped up in tissue. And you grab one and you open it. Oh my, oh, there's another one. And oh my gosh, there's another one. So whenever I say let your state lead, or you hear that term, all that means is that everything that is arising right here, right now, not 5 minutes ago, not yesterday, but everything that's arising in this moment right now is arising from a particular state. And do you want to keep playing here? Because if you don't, all you have to do is turn it off in the exact same way you would turn off the radio, or you would turn off the video, or whatever. So consider that you are scrolling through TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, since you're probably watching this on YouTube, and you're not seeing what you want. You're not seeing. You should click on YouTube, have it open, and immediately right there is everything you wanted. You shouldn't have to scroll. Scrolling is telling me that you are not in your ideal state in that moment. Cool, awesome, well done, because now you know. Now you can't know, because this Instagram or this YouTube is all about you. When you are in a giant concert and there's in a huge stadium, and I mean an enormous stadium with multiple levels that fits tens of thousands of people, and there's your favorite band up on the stage, and there's lights and there's flames and there's just so much celebration going on. That is you. You did that. It's all about you. You think it's all about that band up there? No, babes, it's all about you. Every single one of these people here was created by you. Every single one of these people is thinking about you. They can't not think about you. It is an impossibility because you created them. You are the God of this reality. And you even get to create a situation where these people don't know you. So how could they possibly think about you? You're that amazing. So I always say, a lot of times you can't be less of a God, no matter what state you're playing with, because remember, guys, it's all just play. It's just play. No matter what state you're playing with, even if you're playing in the state of an unsuccessful person, a person who's trying to do this, but you're being unsuccessful. Guys, you can't be unsuccessful because you just successfully created the feeling of being unsuccessful. Little of a paradox there. And I always use the sun as the example. The sun cannot be less of a sun. Even if you can't see it, even if it's behind the darkest, blackest of horrific hurricane type storm, it's still the sun. It can't be less of a sun back there. Even if it's on the other side of the world and it's nighttime where you're at, it's still the sun. You don't think of the sun from a lesser standpoint. You don't think of the sun as, well, sometimes it's not really a sun, it's barely a sun, and other times it's a bright, warm sun. No, the sun is the sun. And the same thing with you as the creator of this reality. You are the God. You cannot be any less of a God. And I'm going to go back to what I said a minute ago about how every single person in your reality is thinking of you. It can be no other way. Even if they don't realize they're thinking of you, they are created by you. So they must be doing what you are currently interacting with. And it's not just the people, it's everything. And I'm highlighting the word every, because it's a lot of times we say the word everything, but that does not include these things over here. No, 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 babes. Everything includes everything. So look at this picture. I'm talking every leaf. I'm talking every cell that makes up every leaf. I'm talking every molecule that makes up every cell that makes up every leaf. Every different color here. Every hair follicle on my dog's furry body. Everything. Every rock, every piece of a rock, every air molecule. Everything is created by you. And every one of those things is thinking of you, is focused on you, is doing your bidding. Now, that feels kind of crazy overwhelming, right? Yeah. So don't worry about it. Let it go. You've already been a pro at this for how long? And so just let it go and know that it's always all about you. I can't tell you how many billions of times in a day am I aware of, holy cow, I was just thinking about that. And look, there it is. Oh, holy cow, I was just thinking about that person. And here's a picture cropping up on Facebook of a person I haven't seen in 10 years. And there they are. Holy cow, this, holy cow, that. I'm all, even though I know this and I teach this, it still blows me away. I still get a giggle when it arises. So this is a big video, guys. It really is about stepping into understanding how much it's always all about you. And we can break it down into states for sure, but you don't have to, because every time you have a technique that arises, that's you playing just a little bit smaller than you need to. You can play bigger than that. And there is a bigger version of you that is inviting you to. So whenever you're kind of playing with, oh, okay, Kristen says I should set my alarm for every hour, and with every hour I should be aware of how I'm feeling. No. Well, let me ask you, when you were little, like my grandson, who's 4 years old, but when you were like 2, when you were 3, when you were 4, and everything revolved around you, there was no question that the world was yours. There was no question in your mind. You just knew it. You had everything you needed, including the security. Guys, safety is the bottom line here. Don't you always want to feel safe? Want to feel safe financially, in health, and wealth, and relationships? Don't you just always want to feel safe? You want to feel secure in who you are. And that's who you were. You always felt safe because you knew the world. You just, you didn't even know it. It was just part of your very being, was that the world revolved around you. You knew it. And we don't have to sit here and say, oh, and then you learn that it didn't. And now we're going to start blaming this. Guys, remember, you created, you're in this moment right here, right now, you are in creator mode. And so when these thoughts arise, like, oh, this person taught you that you weren't the center of the universe, so they're a bad person. Stop. How about you've always known you were the center of the universe? You never lost that knowing because you haven't. It's right here talking to you. You've never lost it. It's always been right here. You never forgot it. You've always known you were the center of the universe. You were the creator of this universe. And you've always felt massively secure. In fact, this enormous feeling of security that you feel right here, right now, absolutely safe in every single way possible. This huge feeling is the lowest feeling you've ever gone. You've never felt lower than this. You've always felt giddy and happy and joyful, and those were the bottom of the pile. So you see how big you can go if you make what you perceive in this moment to be the highest of heights. If you make that high your lowest, now that opens up an entire space to go bigger in a way that you never even knew. Guys, you are the constant creator of this reality. There's never a moment where you're not creating. There's never a moment. And to try to grasp on and figure out your creator abilities and try and feel properly and try and inject, the right feeling into the right moment is to slow yourself down, is to play smaller than you actually are. You are so much bigger than that. So my invitation to you is just in every moment that you can, remember that you can't be less of a God, right? Just like the sun can't be less of a sun. You can't be less of a God no matter what you're playing with. In every moment, life is expanding for you. Just to walk around and go, holy shit, I did that. That lamp is thinking about me because I created it. That TV set is thinking about me because I created it. And while that might feel a little preposterous, just play there and let that state lead in the way of what is it going to bring you now? What is going to be in this giant present, the present as in now, or this giant gift you have? What is going to come to you now? And if the feeling of excited anticipation and the feeling of oh boy arises, fantastic. Yeah, of course it does. Of course it will, because you are the creator of the reality. And you just deemed a minute ago that the highest feeling you've ever felt has been the lowest. And you just opened up for so much more to come to you. Well done on being the operant power. See how amazing you are?